starts with a storybook, except one. It's easy to miss, but once you see it, you realize it's not a stylistic choice, it's a signal. The Shrek franchise doesn't just parody fairy tales, it rewrites them. And buried beneath the jokes, the talking animals, and the ogre chaos is a deeper question: who controls the story? In this video, we're going to break down the hidden narrative structure across all 4 Shrek films. We'll look at who narrates each movie, why Shrek the Third skips the storybook intro entirely, and what it means when characters start tearing pages out of their own story. This isn't just a theory about animation, it's a theory about authorship, control, and the war for identity inside a fairy tale world.
Like that's ever gonna happen.
The pattern starts in Shrek 2001. The movie opens with a classic fairy tale book. The narrator begins reading the story of a beautiful princess locked in a tower, guarded by a dragon waiting for a true love's kiss. But then records Shrek himself reading the story. He mocks it, tears the page, and then flushes the toilet. And when he flushed the toilet, I think he flushed the page as well. So, yeah. That moment sets the tone for the entire franchise. Shrek isn't just rejecting the fairy tale, he's rejecting the script they tried to hand him. In Shrek 2, 2004, the storybook returns, but this time it's narrated by Prince Charming.
Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, the king and queen were blessed with a beautiful baby girl.
The tone is completely different. It's dramatic, self-absorbed, and full of ego. Charming sees himself as the hero, and the narration reflects that. It's not just a fairy tale, it's his fairy tale. This sets up the central conflict of the movie: Shrek versus the illusion of what a hero is supposed to look like. Then comes Shrek the Third, 2007, and suddenly, no storybook, no narrator, just a cold open with a ship in the storm. It's jarring and it's intentional. At this point in the series, Shrek isn't reacting to someone else's story, he is the story. The absence of a narrator reflects the chaos of the plot. A dying king, a reluctant heir, and a kingdom in transition. There's no fairy tale to parody anymore. The characters are living in the aftermath. Finally, in Shrek Forever After 2010, the storybook returns, but now it's in the hands of Rumpelstiltskin. He doesn't just read it, he rips it apart. Page after page, he tears through the story, rewriting reality to his own desires. This isn't parody anymore, it's manipulation. Rumpel doesn't want to escape the fairy tale, he just wants to control it. Each narrator isn't just a voice, they're a reflection of the movie's central conflict. Shrek mocks the story, Charming hijacks it, Rumpel rewrites it, and in Shrek the Third, the silence speaks volumes. The storybook isn't just a stylistic opener. Across the Shrek films, it functions like a weapon, an artifact that defines who gets to control the narrative. Every time it appears, it's not just telling us a fairy tale, it's showing us who has the power to shape reality inside this world. In the first Shrek, the book is a setup for the traditional once upon a time story, but Shrek immediately undermines it. He mocks the narration, tears out a page, and literally uses it as toilet paper. It's not just comedy, it's rebellion. Shrek is rejecting the script that he says he has to be the monster, the outsider, the villain. By ripping that page, he's declaring, I don't accept this version of me. The book becomes a symbol of control, and Shrek refuses to be controlled. In Shrek 2, the book returns, but this time it's in the hands of Prince Charming, and the difference is striking. Charming's narration is dramatic, self-indulgent, and full of ego. He sees himself as the hero, and the book reflects that illusion. This isn't just a fairy tale, it's propaganda. The book is being weaponized to sell Charming's version of reality, one where he's the savior and Shrek is irrelevant. The conflict of the movie is built on dismantling that false narrative. By the time we reach Shrek Forever After the book has become even more dangerous. Rumpelstiltskin doesn't just read it, he tears it apart, page after page. He rips through the story, rewriting reality to suit his own desires. This isn't parody anymore, it's manipulation. Rumpel isn't rejecting a fairy tale like Shrek did, he's hijacking it. He's using the book as a tool to bend the world to his will. The torn pages symbolize the destruction of truth itself. So, what does this tell us? The storybook isn't just a prop, it's a narrative weapon. Whoever controls the book controls the story. Shrek rejects it, Charming abuses it, and Rumpel rewrites it. And in Shrek the Third, the absence of the book is just as important. With no narrator, no fairy tale setup, the characters are left in chaos. The silence reflects a world where no one is in control of the story anymore. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Shrek the Third is the only film in the series that doesn't open with storybook narration. Instead, it goes from the DreamWorks boy and it transitions down to Prince Charming on a horse. Now, why do we see this? There's no fairy tale setup, no narrator guiding us in, just chaos. And that choice is deliberate. By this point in the franchise, Shrek isn't reacting to someone else's story, he's living in the aftermath of it. The silence reflects the uncertainty of the kingdom and the reluctant role Shrek is about to narrate. But here's the fun question. If Shrek the Third had kept the tradition, who should have narrated it? To answer that, we need to look at the themes of the movie. This is a story about legacy, succession, and responsibility. King Harold is dying, Shrek is being pressured to stick the throne, and the kingdom itself is in transition, so the narrator would need to embody that weight. The strongest candidate is King Harold. His voice would have set the perfect tone for the film. Imagine the opening lines delivered by Harold reflecting on the end of his reign and uncertainty of the future. It would have framed the story as a passing of the crown, a handoff of responsibility, and a meditation on what it means to lead. Harold's narration would have given the film a sense of gravitas that matches its themes of reluctant kingship and legacy. Other options exist, of course. Donkey could have narrated for comedic effect, but that would have undercut the seriousness of the plot. Shrek himself could have narrated again, but by this point he's too deep in the storm. He's not above the story anymore, he's inside it. That's why Harold stands out. His perspective bridges the fairy tale past with the uncertain future, and his death is the catalyst for everything that follows. If anyone deserved to open that book, it was the king who knew his chapter was closing. So while the absence of narration is meaningful, Harold would have been the most fitting choice if the tradition had continued. His voice would have framed Shrek the Third not as a parody, but as a story about legacy, responsibility, and the weight of leadership. One of the most fascinating details in the Shrek movies is how the characters interact with the storybook itself. In most fairy tale movies, this book is just a framing device. It opens, we get the narration, and then the story begins. But in Shrek, the characters actually touch the book, they rip pages out of it. They acknowledge its existence, and that raises the question, are they breaking the fourth wall? In the first Shrek, the answer is yes, at least partially. Shrek reads the narration himself, mocks it, and then tears out a page. That's not rejecting the fairy tale, it's acknowledging that he knows he's inside one. He's aware of the narrative structure, and he's actively rebelling against it. It's a subtle fourth wall break because he's not talking directly to the audience, but he's showing us that he knows the story is being written. Fast forward to the fourth movie, and Rumpelstiltskin takes this idea even further. He doesn't just rip one page, he tears out multiple pages, rewriting the story to suit his own desires. This isn't parody anymore, it's manipulation. Rumpel is aware of the scroll and he's weaponizing it. In a way, he's breaking the fourth wall too, but instead of mocking the narrative, he's hijacking it. He's not just rejecting the fairy tale, he's trying to control it. So, what does this mean for the series? It means the Shrek films are playing with meta-awareness in a way most animated movies don't. The characters aren't just living inside a fairy tale. They're aware of the mechanics of storytelling itself. Shrek tears a page to reject the script, Rumple tears the pages to rewrite reality. Both moments fractured the boundary between character and narrative, hinting that the world of Shrek is more self-aware than it seems. When you step back and look at the Shrek franchise as a whole, a clear pattern emerges. Each film isn't just another adventure, it's a chapter in Shrek's evolving relationship with the idea of story itself. Across 4 movies, Shrek grows from rejecting a fairy tale to battling false versions of it, becoming the story, and finally to defending it from being rewritten. His arc is less about comedy and more about authorship. In the first film, Shrek is the outsider who refuses to play by the rules. He tears a page, mocks the narration, and insists on living life on his own terms. That's the foundation of his character, rejecting the script that others try to impose on him. In Shrek 2, the conflict shifts. Prince Charming tries to hijack the narrative, presenting himself as the hero. Shrek's journey is about dismantling that illusion and proving that love and authenticity matter more than appearances. Here, Shrek isn't just rejecting the story, he's actively fighting against someone else's false version of it. By Shrek the Third, the dynamic changes again. There's no narrator, no fairy tale setup. Shrek is now the center of the story, whether he wants to be or not. The silence reflects his reluctant role as a leader, a father, and a figure of legacy. He's no longer rebelling against the fairy tale. He's living inside it, shaping it through his choices. And finally, in Shrek Forever After, the stakes reach their peak. Rumpelstiltskin tries to rewrite reality itself, tearing pages and manipulating the scroll. Shrek's role here is to defend the integrity of the story, to protect the truth of his life and relationships from being erased. Taken together, these arcs reveal Shrek as more than just a parody character. He's an archetype of reluctant legacy. His journey is about authorship, who gets to tell the story, who gets to define identity, and how much control we really have over the narratives we're born into. Shrek starts as a rebel, becomes a protector, and ends as a guardian of reality itself. That's not just comedy, it's myth making. So what does all of this mean? When you look at the Shrek franchise through the lens of narration, storybooks, and page ripping, you realize it's not just parody, it's commentary. Each film is asking who gets to tell a story. In the first movie, Shrek rejects the fairy tale script. In the second, he fights against Charming's false version of reality. In the third, the silence reflects the chaos of legacy and succession. And in the fourth, Rumpelstiltskin weaponizes Storybook to rewrite reality itself. Taken together, these choices show us that Shrek isn't just an ogre living in a swamp. He's a character wrestling with authorship, identity, and control. His journey is about more than love or comedy. It's about refusing to let others define him and ultimately protecting the truth of his life from being erased. That's why the storybook motif matters. It's not just a framing device, it's a symbol of power. Whoever controls the book controls the narrative, and that's the hidden brilliance of the Shrek saga. Beneath the jokes and pop culture references, it's a story about authorship, about rejecting the roles others try to impose on us, about fighting against false narratives, and about defending the reality we know is true. Shrek's arc is the arc of reluctant legacy, someone who never asked to be the hero, but who became the guardian of the story itself. So next time you watch Shrek, pay attention to the book. Pay attention to who's narrating, who's turning the pages, and who's silent, because those choices aren't random. They're the key to understanding the deeper message of the franchise, that stories are power and the fight for authorship is the fight for identity. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a comment, share your own theories, and let me know what other animated films deserve this kind of deep dive. Because Shrek isn't just a fairy tale, it's a masterclass in narrative control, and that's a story worth telling.